So most marriages having this problem because of lack of communication,
Yes.
Definitely.
lack of understanding,
Yes.
even to compromise,
And lack
Yes.
of admitting
Yes.
the mistakes that in
yes, to
front of them.
accept
And taking responsibility.
responsibilities of their own
Ownership.
actions,
Yes.
right? Because look, we all make mistakes as a human being, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
The man or the woman, we go through certain phase in life where you will do something wrong to the other person,
Yes.
and the other person will do something wrong to you.
Yeah.
No one is being created perfect.
Exactly.
As far as God is concerned,
Exactly.
He haven't created no one as perfect human being.
Yeah.
He created you in a good form,
Yeah.
but our action isn't perfect.
Yeah.
So when you stay together, like I said, the honey and the sweet will come about.
Yes.
But accept, let the other
Even
person.
the salt part, accept it
Yeah.
because it's a part
Yes.
Exactly. So
Being who you
sometimes,
are.
Relationship coming
exactly.
to the bones
Yeah.
together.
And knowing each other.
Yeah.
Because if there was no that salty part,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there won't be honey part.
That's right.
How can you have just honey part
Without
without the salt?
Exactly. So if I take you back, guys, the story that I said to you, I was upset about myself. That one, I took the ownership, and I realized I should not ask validation
Yes.
from someone about the body that Allah gave me.
Yes.
Even though I gave birth and I've changed, I realized that I shouldn't, but I've been grateful for the person that it teach me a lesson.
Yes.
That I shouldn't rely on someone else's validation.
So
and this
what-
is very important.
Okay. So what would you say that most men would call their wives, like women, right?
Yeah.
Will come and say, okay, my husband will call me, like you said,
Yeah.
call me fat.
Yeah.
My husband would say, oh, when I married you, you were so skinny, so
what's
young,
happening?
so beautiful, so this and this and that. Like husband do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, because we have like certain women
Yeah,
say these
yeah,
things, right?
yeah.
That they face in their marriages, right?
Yeah.
You used to be skinny, now you put on weight,
Yeah.
or this is
Especially
or
the
you've
beginning of
changed.
your
you
marriage. The
change,
beginning of
You're
your
eating
marriage.
too
this
much.
you're eating too much, or this, or it could even be like, for example, oh, you never used to talk,
Yes.
but you talk too much. I give you
Yeah.
an example on the talking bit. That was me, right?
Okay.
In that bit. I never used to talk that much, right? When I first got married, I was like this person that if I don't have anything to say, I don't say anything.
Okay.
But I remember once my mother-in-law came here to UK and my husband goes, this girl, she doesn't talk that much. She only have certain conversation and that's it, I'm quiet. But I laugh. Like, I love laughing, right?
Which is healthy.
Yes, anything funny, I will laugh until the other person will be angry with me.
Yeah.
But one thing my mother-in-law said to my husband, which came through, right? That time I had my first child. I had my second child. I was pregnant with my third child, and when I gave birth to my mother-in-law said to my husband, "Don't worry, she will talk once she have the children growing up."
Yeah.
Now that become a change for me, a big change. Now I talk, I shout, right? I talk a lot, yes, because that is what is required.
Yeah.
Having the amount of children that I have got, I have to communicate. I have to talk. I have to pass the messages. I have to say certain things to my children, right? But the thing is, like now, my husband will say, this woman talk too much now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I do not take it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
How I took it is,
You grown.
that's right. I've grown as a person. I've got changes within me, right? And there's certain things like also I had a problem of communicating my feelings.
Yeah.
When someone done something to me, I rather please people.
Yeah.
Even my own husband, I would please him through communication. I would let him say whatever he want to say. He will talk to me however he want to talk. Because there we go. Different human being,
Yes.
different individual.
Yeah.
We have different feelings.
Yeah.
We have different communication skills. We are different as a human being, and this is what form a couple together. You cannot be the same, but you accept each other for who you are.
So for me, I used to, so similar to what Fatu is,
Yeah.
so I used to never talk, but I used to do with action. Now, the way I treat you is the way I would love to be treated. That's the way
That's
I
the way it
believe.
should be.
That's the way I believe. Now, I've never been taught that There's some people don't get that idea. I had to learn that in a very hard way.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, what I used to do, I used to be like a cheerleader. When you need me and you want your ideas to be gone across and be like, yes, you can do it. You're the best. Yes.
And we're
let's
good
make
at
it
that as a
happen.
woman.
Yes.
I was so
So
good at
I've
that.
always been like that puppy dog, like ready.
Yeah, I'm there
yes,
for
yes,
you.
let's do
When you're
it.
ready, I'm ready.
Yes. And then when things go wrong or it didn't happen, and I'll be the one be saying it, don't worry, we can make it happen for next time. It's okay. Don't give up. You are good at this. So I always do that. But because deep inside of me, I said, when I'm ready and I want to make something for me, he will be there for me.
So what happened?
So that was expectation.
That was my expectation. The day came, okay, and I was like, I always wanted to help people. And I was like, Barke, maybe I can become a police officer. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. And guess what? For me, my husband at the time, he was working in a police. And I was like, come on, he can help me. You know what I mean? So I was that puppy dog and I was ready telling him my ideas. I'm like, I want to be a police officer. You know what? It's not just being a police officer. I want to be up there. I want to be a sergeant. I want to be a detective. I want to go to the top. I just want someone to give me that chance to get in there. That's all I wanted. Guess what? He says to me, what? Nah, this is not for you. Why would you think you want to be a police officer? What exactly can you do? And I was like, what?
And what did that did to you there? Now this is where we talk about
Where
now.
you learn lesson.
Where
or
we
where
talk
you
about
start.
put someone down.
Yeah.
Put your self-esteem down. Where someone expects so high.
Yes.
When someone wants something so much and expecting something from the partner, right? This is a life partner we're talking
And this
about
is what
here.
we're talking about the expectation
Right?
always.
And obviously, what she's talking about here is before she knew
Yes.
what is it, the expectation, you should not expect too much from the other person. Now,
Yes.
this is where most women get trapped.
This is I would say the last thing. Now let's talk about the first thing that happened. Okay, this is where I became asking questioned, not asking. I questioned. Sorry to say, I questioned God. I questioned culture. I questioned my religion. That's called my religion. Yeah, my religion too. I questioned everything. Why? Because I was married when I was 16 years old. I didn't fall in love with my husband. I was given my husband. And within that, I believe in marriage so much that I was like, you know what? I'm going to give 150% in my marriage. I'm going to be the wife that you read in the books that, oh, the best wife ever. I'm going to be that wife.
all like that,
Even
right?
though my heart is not in it. But I'm going to do everything it takes
it
to
work.
make it work.
And that is pleasing the other person.
Yes.
Again.
Whatever they say.
So you were
yes.
doing it for wrong
That's
reason.
right.
No.
Not really.
No. I was
It's
doing for
more
the word of
For
marriage.
the marriage.
I was
because,
doing
yes,
because this is a
that is
connection
the
for
connection
life.
for it.
This is the man who's
And
gonna
then-
be for the rest of my life.
And then, can I just say something in that, like what
Okay,
Barker
but
was
something
saying?
was missing.
Wait, wait.
But the thing is, like, for example, what Barker is saying here, when you're married, right, especially the culture
Yes.
that we are from, the religion,
Yes.
what is give us,
Yes.
right?
What
when
is
you're
marriage?
married,
What
what
is
is
marriage
marriage?
about?
It's about connection.
Yes,
Marriage is
exactly.
about giving to each other.
Yes.
Marriage is about pleasing each other.
Yes.
But in certain marriages, it's like pleasing one person.
Yes,
One
and it
person
doesn't
is
come to
giving
you.
and giving and giving. There's
It's
nothing
like
to receive back.
one-sided, and
Yes.
also you were putting expectation, like I'm putting 150%.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that is it.
and I'm
that is it.
expecting the other part of doing the same thing.
No, because of the belief that I've grown up with, that belief that I've read in the Quran, that the belief that God created marriage for one thing. That the person will be with you for the
And-
rest of your
and to
life
obey.
and love you and care for you and look after you and be there for you no matter what.
What happened? And this is the
That
thing.
is the marriage that I
Marriage,
got
that's right.
married to.
Wow.
Even though I did not love the person.
That's right.
But I
But
said
you were
we are
working so hard.
connected
Yeah.
within
And I will
marriage
do anything
and
with
I
my
will do
power for the
everything
marriage
within my
power.
power to make this work.
And if I had to say this, guys, this is where most of the problem comes from,
Yeah.
okay? And some women, they don't understand this, like what Barker is talking
And they
about
become
here,
trapped
Yes.
in the
right?
middle, yeah.
When you are married in Islam, Islam gives us a very good opportunity.
A lot, yeah.
Allah said that He created man and woman.
Yeah.
half to connect to marriage and complete each other.
And
Yes.
fulfill the deed.
The
Yes.
deen to
Yeah.
have children, to make each other happy,
Yes.
as well as we make each other angry, obviously, as a human being.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the women only.
No.
and it's
and
not
this
about
is-
the men only.
And this is
Yes.
where the problem comes. I'm saying this because if you look at culture, our culture, if you look at Islam,
Yes.
people have a wrong interpretation here
Yeah.
that women obey
Yes.
and you obey only.
Yes.
Right? The thing is of the obedience, how they put it is when the husband say, yes, cut it. I want you to cut this ribbon. Yeah, you cut that ribbon the way I say you cut it. No question,
Yes.
nothing said, nothing. And where is Barke saying it here, that is how it was for her. It's like, cut the ribbon, I cut the ribbon. You ask me to lie down, I lie down here. You ask me to bow, I bow down for you.
Yes.
And I think most of us, this is how we see it. If I go back, if I tell you myself when I first got married, you know what I believed in?
Yeah.
I used to say one of my best friends, if your husband tell you to lie, you should even lie.
Yeah.
That's how big it was for me,
Wow.
my belief, right?
Okay.
My belief was whatever my husband wants, that's what I will do. My belief was my husband, I never wanted him to even touch a cup of tea to wash it. No, honey, I'll do it for you. By the way, I don't call him honey, but I'm just saying.
Okay, what about
There's
you?
no-
Tell us
there's-
about your marriage.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
is marriage means to you?
For me, the same thing, similar. I got
Okay.
married early.
Yes.
And Alhamdulillah was arranged when married. And the beginning, to be honest, for you, you knew you have to put something input. If I be honest with you, I had no idea. We're different. I had no idea. I have to ask him to teach me what to do.
Oh wow. Okay, he's lucky. He gets to do what he wants, yeah? He's creating
So
her
I
to
have
be
to-
the
I-
wife he wants to be.
I have
That's
to be
wonderful.
honest. I have
Okay,
to
now
be
let
honest,
her be
guys.
honest.
I have to be honest,
How that will
guys.
end up, yeah?
So, and that ended up believing whatever he says, how to do everything. Then I was thinking, since he know that, follow that. That would be good. But then what happened? I said,
But then, yeah.
and then I found out so many things.
Oh.
That wasn't correct.
Yeah, because that's
So,
what happened.
Yes, so let me finish. Alhamdulillah, when I found out, I categorized into two.
Okay.
One is the learning point for me because I didn't have understanding of marriage at all.
Yes.
And then the second bit, I realized it wasn't the truth way
Okay.
From Islam.
from Islam.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for adding that. But then I found out the true Islamic way, it has to be both sides.
Yes.
But
That's
this
what
is
Allah
why,
said.
Alhamdulillah, after knowing that, this is what we're doing.
And it make it work, guys. Look,
Yeah.
we have to know. For me, my point is this. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
getting to that point, you do everything he says. When I go out, I'll tell you this. I used to go out. My husband would tell me, "I want you to come home 30 minutes, right? To go shopping. Within that 30 minutes, I have to go home. I have to be home." And what these things cause for me is like a lot of anxiety, which I did
Yeah.
not
And panic
realize.
attack.
Yeah.
And I did not know where the anxiety was coming from because I was following orders and orders and orders. And I would be told what I should do, what I shouldn't do, right? What is right, what isn't right. How I should communicate, how I should not communicate.
Yes.
And this is something that I had to wake up from because I thought that I know what my dean told me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about the dean, it was more about the culture.
Yes.
Right? Now, if we go back to that to the men's, the men's have been taught in certain degree.
Yes.
Yeah.
What they've been taught from their mothers is that they see their mothers living a life. They believe that they should live with their wife.
So they
their
picked up from
wife,
there.
yes,
They picked up from
their
there.
wife should live certain way with them. The woman should do everything. The woman should cook. The woman should put the bed seat. The woman should iron their clothes. The woman should do everything. But when we go back to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to help the women's, right? Now,
The
I
woman
remember
with his wife.
his wives,
wives,
yeah?
yeah.
I tell you one of a story.
Yeah.
When my father-in-law was here, my husband, he was so good at washing the children, bathing them, feeding them. You know, he does not trust me, guys, to do that. He think I don't know how to do it, right? So he will do all of those things for his children. But the thing is, one day his dad was here. He was washing my son's bum, right? My first son, right? He's 20 years now. 8 years now.
Yeah.
And my father-in-law goes, huh? Because he never done it. He have never done it, right?
Yeah.
He says to my husband, wow, this is just the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You are doing it. See, he never done it.
Yeah.
But he knows because he learned the Quran.
Because of
He
the
knows the
knowledge.
Sunnah. But culture have took over.
Yeah.
And this is a father-in-law who have never picked up his child properly. It's like, and the children know it.
Yeah,
But
African
but
dad.
he saws, like, for example, now see, at this point, it's not what my husband pick up from him. He have pick up very good habit on that.
Exactly.
But again, you have to do this as a woman. You do that, is they become a habit that is being observed.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, it's become an action. Now that become a barrier that need to break. And that way is that it break, the woman have to educate themselves Islamically.
Thank you.
This is where it can break. Because for me, the reason why I break that barrier is because my daughters are asking me those questions.
Yes.
My son, I don't want my son to see me living certain way and he goes along and does the same thing to someone else's daughter.
Yes.
This is why we need to raise up this point. What
Yeah.
things that break the marriage,
Yes.
what can make the marriage work.
Exactly.
And obviously today is not about what make the marriage work, it's about what problem we
Breaks,
face.
and
Yes.
the problems,
So also we need to touch a little bit here about, okay, in marriage is not just about the two people.
Yeah.
There's more than two people.
It's a
The
commitment,
family.
the family.
So let's
Children.
talk about the children. Okay, this is the biggest part in most of the family, and I'm talking about our cultures, our
Religion.
Africans. Okay, we as religions, we the ones of no religions, we as Africans, we have this thing that going on, and we always love to put our children in the darkness. Whatever is going on between two people, they like to hide it. This, I broke that rule when I got married. I was like, no, whatever is happening between me and my husband, I'm gonna tell my children what is happening for real. When I know that this is not working or this is not going,
Accordingly.
yes,
Accordingly.
and be honest. That for me was breaking a will, because children can feel, children
They can
can
see.
see,
They can-
children
they
can
can see the
hear,
energy.
And they can create as well.
They have more feelings, and whatever is going on, they can feel more
They're
than you.
human. They're human.
Because
like
they will even add more. And
Yes.
then what they're
that's
gonna
their
make.
creation, isn't it?
Exactly. And then they're going to think marriage is horrible.
Yes.
Yeah, and it happens, right?
Relationships.
Because of that.
Because
Trust.
however
Yeah.
you live your married life, now bear in mind, like Baraka saying, we put the children here.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
When certain things is going through the marriage,
Yes.
right? There's certain things, like for example, Baraka is saying that she believed that the children to come in and know.
Yes.
Now, I would say also to that is that, like she said, when the point is break,
Yes.
which is the point is break now.
Yes.
Now, there's certain things also that we let the children know, even though they hear, they feel.
Yes.
Right? Now, this is it. This is why it's very important.
Yeah.
Certain arguments and things happening should not
not
happen
good.
in front of
Yes.
those children.
No.
Because
Yes,
what
and
we're
that happens a
doing,
lot.
yes, and because what we're doing is we're breaking that trust.
Yes.
Right? Because these are these two important people in their lives. The best role
And they look
models.
after
Wait a second.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
When the two people are arguing, okay, do you hear children come to you? Are you getting a divorce?
Oh.
It happens.
Most of the time.
It happens a lot,
yes.
a
They
lot.
get so
and
worried.
I tell you one thing, when the children keep saying like, and most of the thing they're saying like getting divorced now. One of my video, I talk about being enough. Now this is the thing, most children feel like they're not enough.
Yes.
They don't have what it takes for their parents to be one.
Yes.
They are not, them being born in that marriage is not enough for the parents. So therefore they are not enough.
And they seeking
Or
something.
also they
seeking
think-
something.
They're blaming
feel,
themselves.
They
Yeah.
feel that it's because
It's
of
their
them.
fault, yeah.
Yeah.
So because they feel it's their
They
fault,
blame
they're like,
themselves.
oh,
Yes.
I'm not good
It's
enough.
me. Yeah.
It's my fault.
Maybe if I'm not here.
Maybe if I wasn't
Yeah.
born, their life would have been perfect.
Yes.
You know, all of these things. So that is why it's very, very important that we recognize that the symptoms
Yes.
that is coming across the marriage relationship.
Yeah.
The problems need to be identified.
Yeah.
Rather than, and most of the things that happen, we put everything under the carpet.
Yes.
Exactly.
Under the carpet and just smile at each other
And
and
sweep
thinking
the-
everything is
the-
good.
the
We're
surface.
thinking and this thing a word of sabbath. Now, this is another topic that we're going to talk about much in depth. Especially into the Islamic religion. Islam is a very beautiful religion. Islam is a religion make everything clear. but it is us that who do not want to study the religion accordingly to put the message across for ourselves and our children to know how to follow it accordingly.
Thank you, Fatih. Since you mentioned about the speaking in front of the children,
Yes.
so let's talk about the damage children can have.
Of course.
One of them, we all agreed that we said children will take something they don't feel enough, as Fatih mentioned. But there's so many things also they go through. They don't tell their parents, but they go in a room and then they create and fabricate even more and add it more, and then they hate their parents.
Yes.
And I've seen that.
First they hate themselves
Through
even.
my clients that come to me, even as a younger age, keep saying, I've gone through depression and anxiety, and now my parents are bringing it to you here. But it came all because I've seen my parents every single day arguing about money, arguing about misunderstanding every day, shouting at each other, hearing like my dad banging the door and my mom
Or even
shouting
hitting
back.
my mom.
Yes, violence.
Shouting back.
It does happen. Yes.
Because one thing in
Yes.
Islam, the violence, abuse is not accepted in Islam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did said, help those who are oppressed and the oppressor, right? And this is also something that we need to really look at, right? But within our culture, we don't really look at this type of thing as an abuse or as a violence.
Yes.
But you need to come to a point where you need to really be observant, mindful, to know that why are you going through
And
these
what
things,
the
and
damages
is it?
are you causing? Because family is a creation of productive from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah gave us halal to be together and create a beautiful
For
fruit
family.
for family, and then inshallah hereafter they will pray for you. But what if you creating something salty and then those children grow up and then they just hate you every single day because
Or
of your action?
Even for the parents who I've had this so many times and I hate it when I hear this, is because when there's a violence in the house and the woman says, oh, my children will kick their dad out.
No.
Or my children will stand up
that's so bad.
for me.
That's no.
That is
You're
not the
creating
right
hatred.
way.
They use it.
That
to-
is not-
Even from the dad,
No.
listen, even from coming from the dad, sometimes it comes from the dads, right? Why they will say to their children, oh, for example, oh, you know, look at your mother, how your
Yes.
mother is like. What
No.
you're creating here, instead,
Absolutely
if
right.
that is not an action of that woman, you're creating a bombshell against yourself as the man. Because what happening is, however that child is closer to you as a dad, that child is closer to their mother
Exactly.
as a mom.
Both
So
of you.
either the mom
Both
or the
of you.
dad should not, and Islam even forbid this. You should never go to the other party and say, oh, look at your dad, your dad is like, oh, look at your mother like this. Every one of us are a role model to those children.
Yes.
Those children look up to every one of you.
Yeah.
So we need to bear in mind things that we say to in front of the children or we say to the children.
Yeah.
And this is that something that, you know, to be honest, that most of us we do unknowingly. So we need to
Yes.
bear in mind
Yeah.
to talk, you know, to stop these things. And
Yeah.
yes, guys, so
And we will be talking even this more.
Yeah.
If you,
Yes, because this is so deep.
yeah, it's
Really,
deep.
I'm
we don't
not
wanna
even
keep you in.
finished. We haven't even started.
That's
I
right.
feel like we're
Yeah.
just getting only the top of
so
the
if you
iceberg.
relate to this, guys,
So,
just
comment
comment
below.
down below and don't forget to subscribe on this channel.
Yes.
And
Tell
yes,
everybody about us
and share.
Yes. This is it. We
Alpha
be
Women
making.
Show
Yes.
is completely helpful for families.
Yes.
Marriage.
It's all about
around
families.
your life circle.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
it's the life
Yeah.
circle, you know, because we will go through so many
Everything.
things like in our relationship,
And our
within
experiences.
ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we will go through within our health, we will
Yes.
go through our children, so many
Finances,
things.
everything.
we cover.
Emotionally, we're gonna go physically, everything.
Yeah.
All around the map.
Yeah.
But end of the day, we just want to say Assalamu alaikum and
Wa rahmatullahi
Allahi
wa
wa barakatuh,
barakatuh.
and welcome, and also have a good day, have a blessing day.
Night,
And because
day,
you don't know what
whatever.
time you're gonna watch this, so take
It
care,
might be
everybody.
1:00 at night time.
Yes.
It could even
So-
be in the morning.
Exactly.
So thank you so much to the bottom of our hearts, and come and see us soon. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.